Now, Megan Hayes, former special assistant to President Biden, and Maura Gillespie, founder of BlueStack Strategies and previous advisor to former House Speaker John Boehner. Welcome, ladies. Good to see you both. Maura, this AP poll, it's pretty much bad news from all angles. You have 21% who think Trump is mostly focused on the right priorities. The vast majority think he's just gone too far, using presidential power, imposing tariffs, carrying out deportations, and perhaps most importantly, most people say they are either personally worse off or there's been no difference since he took office 1 year ago. Didn't Trump promise he would make people's lives better starting on day one?
He certainly did, and he is baffled by these numbers somehow. I think it's because he's too insulated. And it's something that we saw with the Biden administration. We complained about them being too insulated, having too tight of a circle around the president, not seeing how people were feeling. And you're seeing the very same thing happen. And I do have to wonder if the age is a factor. I do think that Donald Trump has recognized that he is in a decline, that he can't fathom how to run for a third term. And so what you're seeing play out right now is his Hail Mary on legacy. He is going to do anything and everything to leave a mark that can't be so quickly changed and so easily altered, because this is what matters to him. He's not paying attention to what's happening to the people who elected him, who believed him when he said he was going to make this the golden age of America. Right now, it's only the golden age for Trump. And I do see that that's going to be a problem. As Megan pointed out, a lot of seats that were once considered either likely or leaning Republican have now gone to Democrats. And that will continue to be a problem if Republicans in Congress especially don't remove themselves from the Donald Trump train and really focus on what their constituents are asking for, which is something to be done here at home to make life better and more affordable for them.
I just want to comment on the point you make that he can't figure out how to run for a third term. Who cares? He can't run for a third term. I mean, it violates the Constitution. So focus on something else that you can fix. Megan, Trump was pretty frustrated in a Reuters interview about Republicans potentially losing the House or Senate in the midterms, but then pointed to historical precedents and then boasted, here's the quote, he had accomplished so much that when you think of it, we shouldn't even have an election. Well, here's what Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said about that.
President Trump has talked twice in recent days, once at the Kennedy Center and then to Reuters again last night, about canceling the election. Why is he talking about this?
I believe you're referring to the president's interview at Reuters last night. I was in that interview. It was a closed-door interview. Obviously, there was not audio or video. The president was simply joking.
Okay, but since there's nothing funny about that, is he doing what he often does? Plant some outrageous idea and then gauge the reaction?
So I actually don't think this is an outrageous idea that he's planting. I think this is what he would like to do. And when you say he doesn't want to run for a third term, I think this is what he is planning all along with these ICE raids and wanting to call for an insurrection in most of these places. He wants to normalize military on our streets so he can call for an insurrection so he doesn't have to have elections. So I don't necessarily think that the American people should think this is outrageous. I think this is part of Donald Trump's plan, and it's been part of his plan all along.
Okay. You want to react to that? Maura?
I do. I think because when I said earlier about him not being able to figure out how to run for a third term, I genuinely believe that President Trump is in a decline. And when somebody who has faced with the reality that he will no longer be president in a matter of years, he is going to go for the strongman approach. This is what this is. This is this attack on Greenland, this idea of putting military in our streets, this threatening of using the Insurrection Act, of taking away elections. It is a strongman approach to building a legacy where that he has power and that he's not in decline, because that's where he feels. And it's very much an ego-based reaction. It's an emotional reaction. And unfortunately, the American people are the ones who are going to pay for it.
Okay, Megan and Maura, it's always good to talk with you both. Thank you so much.